Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm not a tech reviewer, full disclaimer, but I am a filmmaker here in the United States and I did act in Indian movies, primarily Bollywood, for over 20 years. Yes, you can Google me. I'll be as Aryan Bait. Well, today we have something exciting because I've done an in-depth camera review of the S24 Ultra camera. Things that are really important to me as a filmmaker, things that you as a general consumer may need on a day-to-day basis from your camera app. I've checked out the zoom, checked out every single lens, checked the stability, and most importantly, the convenience of using this camera. Now, the S24 Ultra is one of the best cameras out there. And I have to be honest, I love this camera. Is it a perfect camera? I don't think such a thing exists. But I will tell you the pros and cons of the S24 Ultra camera after we watch this video. See you at the end of the video. Alright, so let's just do a zoom test. Now you see that little tree over there? This is the ultra wide. There it is. I'm going to stay stationary. This is the wide lens, the normal lens that the camera uses. This is 2x, 3x. Again, remember, the 3x is an optical zoom. There's a special camera for this. This is the 5x. And this is the 10x on this. So, and now let's kind of go back again. I'll show you. So this is 10x, 5x, 3x, 2x, 1x, and the 0.6x, the ultra wide. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same test walking this way, but I'm going to have the main camera, the 1x camera, and I'm going to try the stability test just walking on this. All right. Remember, this ground is a little tricky to walk on because these have not been laid evenly. We're going to walk back now and over to the super steady mode, where the resolution drops from 4K 30 frames a second to quad HD, which means it's about 3K. All right, we are now in the super steady mode, and the only, well, I guess you can choose different cameras. So right now I'm on, okay, let's just use the main camera here. This is the super steady mode, quad HD at 30 frames a second. Let's see how stable the footage is. I will not edit this footage. I will post it exactly the way it's been recorded. I want to give you guys a completely fair evaluation of this phone. So this is the super steady mode, quad HD. All right, so this is 8K at 30 frames a second, and this can basically be done with two cameras. It can do it with the 1x, which is the wide camera, and it can do it with the 5x optical zoom. So let's get started. Let's see how nice the colors look. Let's see if it catches the colors really well. "8K, 30 frames a second. And once again, let's see if we can see every detail clearly. This is 8K, 30 frames a second, and "8K, 30 frames a second." Yeah, looks pretty good. Look at the detail it's capturing now. Let's see if it captures the grain in the wood. This is at 8K. Let's see if it switches focus. And wow, you see that? How it, right now it's focusing on on this little thing over here. This is an 8K. And right now it's focusing on those leaves at the back. All right, now I'm going to try the focus shifting test with the wide lens, the 0.6x lens. Let's try if it'll even do it with that. Remember, we want this little vine to be in focus as we get closer. And we want the back to kind of go out of focus, but I think it'll be hot. Oh yeah, it's, so it is kind of doing it, as you can tell. So yeah, I'll have to probably get super close. You see the back, the leaves in the background are out of focus, and as I move this, it brings the whole image into focus. So on this super wide lens, it probably, so yeah, I mean, see, it's kind of got the background in a blur and just this vine over there in focus. And then we move here and see how it focuses. And this is in the ultra wide lens, the 0.6x. Beautiful. So let's check out the lens flare. This is us looking directly at the sun, and there. You can see there's a little bit of a lens flare. It's not, I mean, this is me looking directly at the sun right now. and there it is. So that's not too bad, I guess. You know, look at that. Yeah. Well, you're not going to be filming looking directly at the sun. All right, so first I'm going to do a stability test with the front camera. Remember, it is nighttime and I'm shooting at 4K 30 frames a second. All right, let's get started this way. And so this is the camera. It is okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the background. I'm going to do the stability test for the main camera. Also, what I want you to pay attention to is the bulbs and the kind of flaring. These bulbs are not as bright as this is showing them. It's trying to sort of brighten the image here, and these bulbs are actually pretty low light. So let's get started now, and we're going to check the stability on 4K 30 frames a second with the 1X, the main camera. And as you can tell, it hello. Now this is I'm going to check the stability with the 3x optical zoom lens, and I'm going to try and see what it looks like. But as you can tell, these bulbs are kind of flaring up. But let's check the stability. Remember, these lenses have no optical image stabilization. All right, let's kind of go back now. And so it does say it's too dark for it to be able to, so I'm checking the portrait video, and it does say it's too dark for it to kind of try and blur the background. But if you want to do a portrait video in the night, or if you're a filmmaker like me, then you really want to put this camera through the ringer. And it is kind of blurring out the background, and I think it's doing a good job. The highlights look pretty good. I mean, the edge detection looks pretty good to me. So this is the portrait video, and this is from the back camera. Can you please? Yes. And as you can see, the background is blurred out even in the night time, and I'm not using flash photography. And the best part is I can control them. So the blur is, as you can see, the subject is kind of, the edge detection is just really good on this phone, and you can see the background is blurred out. Welcome back. And so, as I promised, I will tell you the good and bad of this camera, the one on the S24 Ultra. First, let's go with the good. 4K on every single camera. Actually, 4K 60 frames per second on every single camera. The stability is absolutely amazing. The focus, because it's a laser focus, is also absolutely brilliant. And the camera performs really well under almost every situation. Pay attention, I said almost. So 4K, 8K, slow motion, great focus, and if you're a filmmaker, you have something called the Pro mode, where you can control the ISA, the exposure value, and the shutter speed. However, sadly, you cannot control the aperture. Even though all the 5 lenses, well, all the 5 cameras come with different apertures on this. The other thing that's really great about this is the zoom lenses. Well, are the zoom lenses, the dedicated zoom lenses. They work brilliantly. I love the 3x, the 5x, absolutely amazing. Yes, I do miss the 10x zoom from my S23 Ultra, but I've learned to live without it. Now coming to the cons, and yes, there are plenty. One of the phone cameras does not do really well in the night mode. Well, actually, I would say all the camera lenses don't do well in the night mode. The selfie camera also does not really shoot very well in the night. The video that I shot with is not very good. The Pro mode, now if you have your HDR turned on in the Pro mode, with the selfie camera, which is the front camera, I have seen a lot of ghosting. Well, not ghosting, but the colors going all over the place. I was shocked that a Samsung camera was doing this. But as soon as I turned off the HDR, the camera started performing brilliantly, even in the Pro mode. So yes, that is just something for you guys to know. Other than that, I can't really think of too many cons, except maybe I was hoping for a wider field of view with the front camera, with the front selfie camera. Well, if you like taking selfies and if you're going to take a video, you know, the field of view is extremely narrow. I think it's 70 degrees or probably 85 degrees, I'm not sure. But it's extremely narrow. And, well, I correct myself, not extremely narrow, but compared to the OnePlus 12, which I had, it records with the front camera, and the field of view is pretty wide. It's a lot wider than the S24 Ultra. So, you know, if you're a vlogger, if you're taking a selfie, don't expect yourself to look the very best on the S24 Ultra. Other than that, it's a great phone, a great camera. Is it worth the $1,500, you know, with the taxes here in the US for 512 gigabytes? No, it's not. But what are you going to do? I tried the OnePlus 12, hated it, and the camera on that just sucked. I tried the 15 Pro Max, and man, Apple has a habit of holding the nose this way as opposed to just holding it this way. I don't know why, but Apple is the most unscientific, most disorganized, you know, operating system that I have used. And well, I do have to use one for my work. I have to use the iPhone 15, but I will never use an iPhone as my primary camera. It's been over 3 years. I've been using the Samsung and extremely happy, and I probably never will go back. But anyway, so coming back to this review, yes, this is a great camera. I would give it a solid 4 stars out of 5. Once again, guys, thank you very much, and keep watching my channel. Love you guys. Mwah.